How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Tazastrical, this is Perkins. You know the jam by now. So, as pods arrive... Oh, that was for our quest, lovely. Let's get Perkins to get them in. And then, oh, she's under attack, unrestrict. Let's just get her to haul these in because she's been a good gal. Is that for the forced weather? I believe it is. Yeah, for the forced weather, so we've got foggy rain for 8.3 days, which doesn't really mean too much to us, obviously, with these weather conditions anyway. Let's get on to speed 3. So, now we've secured making Perkins sort of a house a home. I think we can all agree. Now, I know it creates problems. Manhunted? Let's just keep... That sort of took me by surprise. We'll keep... Just run into a trap. So we'll finish... Sorry, that really took me off. My God, I was like, what's the snow hare doing? So what's the plan for this episode? So we're going to finish what Perkins has done. Then we're going to queue up... I don't think we're going to do air conditioning. Oh, we did do batteries, so we could get a couple of batteries. Geothermal power we're not going to do yet. The reason why we're not going to do yet... God, we've got so much stuff coming at the minute. Hang on a minute. We're not going to do geothermal power yet, just because I don't think we're actually producing enough electricity to actually warrant needing like more coming in. This wind turbine is doing us, you know, ample amount, I believe. Other than that, we just need a bedroom for the old Perkins as we sort of relocate her base up here, just so she actually has a separate freezer than what she does to a stockpile. We can actually get heaters around, so hopefully we can offset some of this cold temperature, although even with a heater in this room, it's not actually doing anything. The mad hare ran into a trap, so that's problem sorted. Is this actually under a roof? Let's just make sure that's all sorted. Even with a heater, it's not doing much for the temperature, but considering it's minus 58 outside and we're getting it to minus 20, and Perkins can withstand temperatures to minus 57, that's pretty much Spain in here. She's pretty much in a beef and holiday of her own. So she's loving life. Other than that, so the finishing touches of this, we will have to start. I'm too excited, party people. When like the Perkins game starts, I just can't get my words out. I just can't wait to fly through this. Obviously, it'd be great if we can finish all the building that we have to do in here. That would be pretty tasty. Other than that, we can't really complain. Well, we can, and we do. Why is that not getting powered? Because we need a... longer power cable just to make sure that we're not getting any darkness modifiers. There's no real need for us to get a darkness modifier. And then we'll probably have a few batteries in here. Although the one battery seems to be doing the charm at the moment, so we don't need to worry too much. The only thing that geothermal power is going to help with is obviously getting rid of all this empty space in here. We can be a little bit more compact, which I do like the idea of. I can't really remember where we said we were even going to put her bedroom, to be honest. But the fact that we've got actual dedicated stockpile space to not only a freezer, now a stockpile, just means we're going to be saving a lot more room. My only concern is that this is getting filled up pretty quickly. Obviously, we do have our human leather factory to sort of get on. Whether that's going to get on with research, though, that's the only problem. How much are we actually making? How many are we making? 10. If we get that down to about 5, we could then put research last. So then she'll tailor, because this is going to be our money maker, so we need to make sure, obviously, it's making money. She's restricted, so let's unrestrict her. That'd be great. And then, yeah. Who would have thought Perkins would be flying? I might just make that, like, this workshop, like, curve round here, so then we can get more, like, tables in here eventually. And then no idea where I'm going to put our bedroom. Probably our bedroom will stay where it is. Okay, we've got a raid. 2 people up here, so we do need to obviously make sure no one is nimble, because that could create us lots of problems. We did see an arrow pointing down here. So 3 individuals, which is really important because we've got a bigger freezer. So let's keep Perkins as safe as possible. I didn't even read. I never read. Like, they are attacking immediately. Okay, we have a shotgun just in case. They should just run straight into the traps, which is obviously really brilliant. We will check, just in case you are a cannibal or anything. Nope. Then Perkins can go about her day as the attack comes. Minus 54 outside. It's a cold one, party people. But this is going to be more just getting actual, like, physical progress. Sort of like the last couple of episodes where we're just making sure Perkins can finish our home. Right, they're already getting hauled, which is lovely. We've got loads of limestone, but we haven't got any sandstone. Some is queued up to be hauled, though. Equally, steel we don't really have any of. So we do need to keep that in mind. Just then we can finish all the building in here. Just make it look all tasty. And I know we don't need to build, like, as much as what we built here. And if you're... I hope you're not following the series, because no one can help you then. But I really like designing bases in Rimworld. It's one of my, like, simple pleasures in this game, and that's why I always do it. I just find that really fun. Like Sims. I always go to my Sims analogy. Like, I'd play Sims, and then I'd spend hours designing a house, you know, motherload, getting all the money and design the house, and then I'd play it for about 10 minutes and I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. It was good while it lasted. Can't really remember what we were going to put in here. I'm sure it was going to be something amazing. I can't remember for the love of me what we were going to put here. So I'm going to deconstruct it and then... yeah. And we can do stuff with it, like, down the line. We don't need to do anything too crazy with it now. Maybe I was going to build a bedroom. Could put a bedroom there, because then it's pretty central to everything, actually. Then we can just move all our stuff up. Quite a compact base that we're actually living in, but I actually don't think that's a bad thing. Oh, Perkins already carved open all them humans. Which sounds morbid when you say it out loud, but, you know, Perkins needs it to live, party people. Perkins' downtime is, like, dreadful when there's only one person. There we go. So we do need to make low psychic drain. That's okay. I think Perkins has got enough about her mood-wise. Unsightly environment, awful bedroom. You know, we're trying to address them problems now. We're making human leather parkas so we can actually sell to people when they come. Which I think is just going to be a game changer. Okay, I think what we're going to do... I know it doesn't need to, but I think more to save a little bit of room. We're just going to make sure medicine and everything, we can put medicine just in the freezer. Just to save a little bit of room, because actually we fill up pretty quickly. There's a lot of tainted stuff that we just need to get rid of, to be fair. Almost wondering whether to have all our human leather parkas just laying in here. Or at least the resources, I suppose. So let's make a little stockpile for that. It makes it a little bit more efficient for Perkins, I suppose. We don't need to worry too much about it. Let's clear all. Let's do critical. Apparel. No tainted stuff. And I want Parkers in here. Parkers that are also like above 60 hit points. Just in case then, you know, any Parkers get dropped. Textiles we also want. Levers. Human leather to be in here as well. And then that will help a little bit of the problem, and then hopefully just make this process a little bit quicker as well. And we can see our human leather stocks quite easy. God, we are basically at this point we are like Louis Vuitton? Is that a clothing brand? Like, it came to my head. It could be anything, party people. I'm sure it is. We're like Cruella de Vil, and instead of Dalmatians, humans. Like, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound as bad. No, it sounds pretty bad. Cargo pods, okay. Nothing game changing. Oh, I did see some gold. We probably need to mine some steel at some point. I don't think we probably won't worry about that. I think making sure our clothing empire is getting off to a good foot. And the only reason why we're making 5 Parkers at a time is because, one, we want to have something to sell when people come, okay? That's a given. 2, we do need to make sure that we're not getting too behind on research. So I don't want her to be bogged down for years making clothes. When we get a little bit ahead on research or time permitting, we're like, oh, we haven't seen anyone in a while, we'll make a couple more. Then fair enough. But we just sort of need to manage progression as much. However, making money the way we're going to make it is obviously going to offset a lot of the research, because then we'll be able to buy better guns and better armor. As long as we can last until then. This stockpile's already going to get full. That's crazy. But that's fine. That's fine. It's just to offset this one a little bit. Because we want to keep around as much of things as possible so we can actually sell stuff. But anything like under 50 might as well just go in there. So like this tainted thing here, will you haul it, Perkins? No. Is that because you're locked inside? It's because you're locked inside. Oh, there we go, there we go. So let's haul some of this tainted stuff out as well. I know you're going to rest, but I want to queue up. So that's because that's in good condition. So if I up that to about... If I up that to 100, you're not going to haul these, are you? No, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But you will haul that, and that's tainted. You know it's tainted because beside the percentage, it has that little T, just in case you didn't know. And then some stuff, it's not going to let me haul. Haul. Let's have a look at this dumping stockpile. No, we don't want any corpses in here. Okay, another raid, which just is more food for 4 people now. Again, I think what we need to be looking also is for cannibals as well. Sorry about that cut. I accidentally hit the world map, which is actually quite frustrating. And if you know anything about my potato PC, that takes a year. No one else is coming. They are attacking immediately, which is slightly bothersome, considering it didn't actually get the traps back up from last episode. So we will probably need to mine some steel this episode, which is fine. Perkins, stop going outside. I might have to manually control Perkins here. Because if they all come round to the left, this could be a bit... Just want to make sure we get through this. Okay, there we go. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So let's queue up some steel with that being in mind. Because otherwise we're going to get too far behind on steel. And that will cause problems of its own. Steadfast and kind. Like, there's no place in this colony. In Perkins' world, there's no place for a kind person. As we literally let you bleed out on the floor. I mean, it's pretty... wildlife, no predators or anything like that. Okay, you died. I mean, I'm really happy with the base. We have a money maker. Obviously, we're not producing as much as what we would like, but that will change. We've got a lot of queued up tasks for old Perkins. Is my only concern. But she should be able to do it. Obviously, the food situation, actually being able to store the amount that we can actually store now is actually brilliant. Where before we were obviously sharing a very small stockpile with everything in. Yeah, we should have stripped that person, but I didn't really think about it at the time. Perkins, where are you going? Well, okay, you're eating this. Can you haul some at the same time then? Why you came all that way to eat that, I will not know. We'll see. Is the low psychic drone still here? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I do like that we've prioritised cleaning so high. Like, we haven't had to worry about it. Like, at all. And I think it just offsets in case the environment gets too bad. Right, now you're going to dig at some steel. Let's make sure no predators are on the map. We don't want any accidents. Now, Perkins, that's disgusting. Mine more than one if we're coming out. Like, I know it's late, but... we need to have some sort of efficiency if you're going to start a job. We do need to keep an eye on health because temperatures are now minus 61 degrees outside. She looks okay. She doesn't look like she's getting hypothermia or anything like that. Yes, I know I'm working her through the night, but she should have thought about that before she mined one square and tried to run. Right, haul that steel. We've got some silver ore that's crashed down. Quite far away though, sadly, right up here, but that's okay. Some free money. Yeah, the reason why the bedroom would be good there because it's just central to everything. So when she wakes up, depending what she, wants to achieve. So I like that. Obviously, we need to get some block making done. Which I think the reason why it's not getting done is probably because this zone here. Yeah, nothing's really near us sandstone wise. Let's haul up a few bits more. Nothing too far away because I don't really want to be wasting our life hauling these. And I know we've got limestone and we could just make stuff out of limestone. That steel's probably a bit closer to us than the others. There we go. So then we can get our power conduit so that light can be up. It's all about little improvements. Every episode we have to make little improvements to just be able to push Perkins closer to victory. And getting the traps back up is, to me, is like a big deal. Not quite sure how we're going to defend the base once we've pushed it up. We possibly had the best defense over here, then it's just like, oh, but we want a pretty base. Let's just ruin it. Yeah, when I say it like that, it sounds rather negative. At least if like a trader comes, at least we got like 2 human leather parkas to sell. I mean, they sold for decent money, to be fair. Like, really decent money. I don't want to queue up too much more steel. With that being said, we have none in the stockpile. Perkins, where are you going? Like, the laziness, Perkins. Why are you eating that over human meat? And back to bed. You seem to sleep a lot, Perkins. Like, not a criticism. Let's click the sort of safe. Because I think what's happening is obviously she's spending half her life running across the map to do something. Like, health-wise, she's pretty okay. Like, she started with the scarification. It's just the scratch scar she didn't start with. So she's pretty, like, perfect as perfect goes with Perkins. Right, so you're just... Okay, now you're hauling chunks, okay. Wait, no. Why are you hauling chunks there? Do not do that. Alright, now haul it back. That was a really waste of time, Perkins. Right, let's haul some sandstone chunks so then we can actually be building sandstone blocks. I think we can all agree that's important. But I think what we'll do is we'll build like one perimeter wall outside and then sort of go from there. Because we'll probably start it like here and it'll come down. Obviously the water's going to be a bit of an issue. The water's going to be a very big issue. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Limestone. Okay, so that's going to be a bit awkward, but then we could start our kill box here. We'll just have to note that that's obviously going to be a big threat to Perkins' safety. Perkins' mood going down a little bit. I think that's more just because I've obviously made her haul as much as I have, and then she hasn't had a chance to eat or drink or put her feet up. There we go. She's going to consume human meat, and the minute she does that, it will give us her a big plus 20. So that saves her mood straight away. So it's pretty nice, I have to say. Minus 53 outside. Not too bad. Obviously, the living, not the living quarters, the rec room, dining room is about minus 15, which is as hot as it's going to get for Perkins, I'm afraid. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, one battery and that wind turbine is powering the whole base at the moment. This is a hand tailor bench. We probably should get an electric one up, shouldn't we? Let's get an electric steel. Yeah, I was just seeing if I can make it out of, like, blocks or something. I'm going to put it here. The reason why I'm going to put it here is because then I can go into Bill's... click this copy and then I can literally just paste them over rather than have to like redo all these bills again or work things, whatever you want to call them. And then I can delete that one and then put that one in. And I find that's just an easier way to replace it rather than make more work for yourself. Okay, cool. Blocks are actually being made, which is nice. Hopefully we can finish all the building this episode, which would be cool. Not that it's like a massive delay. But obviously we do need to get back onto research. We spoke about that a few times, and we don't want to be too slow getting back on. But other than that, it's been a good episode, if not just for the pure fact we've got more human meat in the freezer. And the freezer's minus 33, so I think that's enough. Another raid, so more food. Obviously, the only thing we need to keep up now is just making sure our traps are being built quick enough. I'm sure I saw 2 arrows. Yep, there we go. Like I said, we're looking for cannibal, psychopath, nimble. Nimble more because then it's going to create issues for our defense. Under attack. Did they say they were going to attack straight away? Yep. Yep, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up mining in case I forget for next episode. And I think next episode we're going to have to mine tons of steel. Just to get ready for obviously replacing these traps. And to have steel ready to replace these traps just in case, you know, stuff happens. Because stuff can happen in Rimworld. There we go. There we go. More human meat. I'm not too worried about stripping them, taking their clothes and stuff like that. Unless they've got something like particularly good. Saying that sheep wool parka insulation is 52 degrees. And we've got alpaca wool, which is 60. Okay, it's still colder. I might strip you though, because that sheep wool is actually quite good, just in case we can't get another one we've got. At least we've got something to fall back on. Right, unrestrict. So we've queued up steel. That's a big thing that we've seen. You know, we need to make sure we've got enough to be able to do that. I think hauling needs to be a little bit higher. I'm going to put 1 on hauling just because stuff isn't really getting moved as quickly as we need it to. So I'm going to put hauling to 1 just so then hopefully it gets done straight away. Transport pod crush. I mean, at this point, Randy is just giving us food. So let's make sure there's no predators. There's not. So Perkins might as well run over here. Because we might go for an episode where Randy leaves us alone or starts hitting us with mechs or something. So while he's chucking us loads of human meat, we need to make the most of it and collect it all. Is pretty much how I'm looking at it. There we go. Ancient danger in there. So what we'll do is we'll go into planning. And we'll just put a D here. Just so we know D is for danger. Just in case you didn't know. Danger is also my middle name. Oh, party people. There we go. Other than that, good progress. Because we've got so much more human meat, we will probably make more parkas. However, I'll wait for the electric tailor bench. Because hopefully that will work speed factor 100%. What's it on this then? Oh, 35%. So that's nearly doubling. Saying that, I don't know if the reason why that's a bit lower is because of the cold. But there we go. So we're hauling and stuff like that, which is important. Because especially a lot of this tainted clothing can just be dumped out here. Just to deteriorate. And then it will just help Perkins like sort. You know, it's basically spring cleaning is what she's doing. So we do need to make sure it gets done. Right, I'm tempted to actually tell her. She's butchering at the moment. No, there she goes. There she goes. So I keep clicking on these clothing just to make sure she's not chucking out anything like that's not what she should be. But by putting it on 1, hopefully she's going to get rid of a lot of these clothing that is sort of been stored in here. Like a bit redundantly. And then hopefully next episode we can finish the 1 or 2 touches to just, you know, walls up, that sort of stuff. And then back onto research. Or making a few more human leather parkas as well will be a good shout. Just ready for if we find a bulk's good trader or stuff like that. We've got something to sell. We can make money. We can buy more stuff. Because especially with resources here, obviously they're going to get thin quite quickly. Just got to make sure we can work through that. Perkins, where are you going? Like, I'm really fed up of you coming all this way for it. Can you, like, haul it? Stash of valuables. Well, we're not doing that. I will also tell Perkins once she comes into this zone to stay in this sort of safe zone. Wildlife, nothing on. I'm going to keep checking that. Predator scared me early on in this series. Need to make sure Perkins does well. That's for sure. I mean, she's doing pretty good, it has to be said. I am biased, though. You know. Right, we've still got a few bit more sandstone. She's hauling. Hauling would take a while just because it's been so neglected. A mad snow hare. I mean, this is just creating stumbling blocks for us actually to progress. Every time we try and do something, something happens. But, I mean, we've got time to then do stuff inside, so it's not the worst thing. I just can't be bothered to address the hare. It'll probably just run into a trap anyway. And Perkins can redecorate. A lick of paint wouldn't go amiss, do you know what I mean? We've got cargo pods. Okay, 15 components. Not too shabby. Awesome. So I will go unrestrict because I want to get them components in like straight away sooner rather than later in case I forget or anything like that. Minus 43 outside. The reason why I keep saying that is just so I'm more aware of myself. Because look, now there's no space to actually put any of the stuff. So Perkins, you need to haul that, haul that. Let's get rid of some of this clothes that's all tainted because we've got no need for it. And it's just like, it's creating space problems. But then we ain't got enough room to do other stuff just because we've got loads of tainted clothing that I'm pretty sure the sellers or the bulk goods trader don't even buy. But even if they did, we're storing too much and the money is in our human leather parkas. So that's sort of the logic there. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye. Perkins wasn't even here to say bye. She's changed, party people. She's changed.